Let's do. Are we good? Oh. Are we back? Oh. Hello? Hello? Anyone? Oh. Uh-oh, did I die? No. Oh. Okay, we're reset. We're gonna reset the Twitch thing. Oh, okay, we good? We're back. We're alive. Notepad lives in death. Yeah, that's mildly disturbing. Am I coming in? Everyone say hello. I'm coming in. That's okay. Now, the weird thing is, for context, everyone, Twitch is saying I'm completely offline. The actual website's saying I'm offline currently. My OBS says I'm online still. If you're still hearing me and everything's good, I'm gonna continue. I got no idea what the fuck's happening. My internet just fucking committed Sudoku there for a second. Why? I don't know. We're committing Sudoku, everybody. This is what we do best. But let's continue as I casually ignore my problems. Yeah, Starfield. Starfield skills is a little bit weird. So, what do I mean by Starfield skills? Starfield operates off kind of the same premise, but the best way to think it is a sequential skill system. I'm going to do my best to explain Starfield skills. Open up Star. What if we have a good? So, okay. This is tech, for example. Now, the idea behind this is you unlock these perks up here. So, you unlock your top perks. Then, once you unlock enough of these, you go down to your second tier, and then your third tier, and then your fourth tier. That's kind of the idea. But each of these perks, each of these effectively perk/ability/skill things, are improved independently. To get better at laser guns, you must use laser guns. To get better at flying ships, you must win space battles. To get better at this, you must do this. That's kind of the idea. But that's what I mean. It's kind of like a weird sequential skill system. You go up a tier gradually, and you get better things with it each time. Now, the idea was that we could attempt to mimic that. They attempt because it is a very fucking weird concept. Effectively, we would have tier 1 skills. At a certain point, you unlock tier 2 skills, which would lock tier 3 skills. What this would effectively be saying, the basic premise behind, the premisai behind it, is as you are improving your base skills, let's say you hit a total of 15 skills here, that means you've hit skill 2. Let's say you get 15 more skills here, that means you start hitting skills 3. You can still improve skills 2, you still improve tier 1 skills, you improve tier 2 skills. Now you can also improve tier 3 skills. That's kind of the idea behind it. If you are not really have high potential, you do not have high attribute/potential, it's a lot harder to get better skills. But you'll always have access to the basics. But functional skills is everyone has access to everything. However, you don't actually. Okay, I'm back now. Okay, it just reset everything. Alright, Twitch. You win. Fuck you. You win, Twitch. Dick. Stop dying at me. No. But this is kind of the basic premise, you could say, is do we want to do a base like the sequential skill system? Do we want to do it a little bit more less sequential? Welcome back to America. Long live JPEG PNG. It's a PNG, damn it. But yeah. Both of these are extreme, like... The Starfield skill system is definitely the stranger one. And definitely the most, complicated. So, this is the idea for the physical skill tree. So, basic physical, our tier 1 for basic is boxing, fitness, and stealth. Pretty easy to understand. Our tier 2 was environmental conditioning, effectively your ability to survive in a place that you shouldn't, gymnastics, more exciting, and pain tolerance. If you do not have a skill point in something, if you have a 0 skill in it, that means you roll at a -5. So, if you are not tier 2 yet, you don't have access to tier 2 skills. Now, the problem I was having is that I couldn't really think of good tier 3 skills. Because, hey, what do you mean, Notepad? Shouldn't tier 3 skills be really easy? No. Because you get shit like cellular regeneration, decontamination. Like, one thing to note is that a lot of these tend to, these are perks. They follow the Fallout 4 method of doing it. Like, oh, it's a skill. It's not really a skill. So it's like, okay, like, like, okay, what's the best way of, like, doing this right? Here's a test question now. Why do so many people hate Elon? Because Elon Musk is trying really hard to be cool, but then he realizes, but then everyone realizes he's a big fucking nerd. And not in the fun kind of way. Like, he's just a guy you would shove in a... He's the guy that the fucking band club shoves in a locker. Like, he's not, like... I'm not even insulting the dude. Like, he just is not a very, well-spoken person. He just has a shit ton of money. They gotta do it's, like... Yeah, you want big laser guns so you can take small laser guns before that. Or you can take military science and traditional small arms to get big laser guns instead. Yeah. Yeah, that way... The way it comes across is more of a perk tree than skills. Yeah, that's the way they do it in the basic version. I'm trying to make it more... skill-based. Because it's kind of the idea of like, hey, you're good at boxing, you're good at fitness, you're good at being kind of using your body to be a little bit more sneaky. Then it's like, hey, you're good at just surviving things. You're good at, you know, kind of resisting environmental conditioning. You can really use your body in different ways. You'll be a little bit more athletic for things rather than just raw strength. Hey, you can bend your body in ways that you shouldn't. Hey, you've got pain tolerance and like you have effectively willpower for your body. That's interesting. That's a skill. That's something that you can use. But I'm like, a lot of these other ones are like really specific, or are effectively just an upgraded version of another skill, which is also like, that's why I'm like, okay, like what's the best way of trying to find the idealized state of being is far more difficult than I would like to think. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to write out all the skills and do that. And if any of you have suggestions, tell me. Because fuck it, I can do that. Turns out I can just ask people things and they give me ideas. So it's if we do tech. Point of fan. Maintenance. Actually, we could do light civilian piloting, and then we do 2. Tier 2 is heavy civilian piloting. Yo. Like, tech's pretty easy to understand, because all tech is in game, all tech is ship stuff. So it's kind of the idea of like, yeah, you're always going to have some people investing some points in it, but this is mostly your A to B class. Heavy civilian is C to M. Technically, it shouldn't. Light military piloting is going to be, you know, just what did I end up? What did I end up calling them? Notepad didn't write down his fucking things, cause he's a dumb motherfucker who keeps forgetting things. Alpha, L-A-L to B-E, so alpha to beta. And we do CE to BS to battleship, and then we do M. To give you an idea, a light civilian piloting, these are your A to Bs, heavy civilian, C to M. This is like your big ship. Super heavy civilian piloting is you're piloting a fucking yacht. This thing is fucking huge. You are piloting a yacht. It is not something that is like normal people are expected to know. You know it because you are good at your job. So, this leads me to science. Blinded by science. Science skills tier 1 is survey. 2. And then I really don't have anything for tier 3. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really... Tech was the one that was pretty easy to understand. Everything after tech gets a little bit more wonky. So we do... Because even in combat, you don't actually have that many. If you go down to combat skills, it's like it's things like that, which I'm like, okay, that. What demolive? There's a prerequisite for T2 for hand-to-hand fighting, which is more martial arts than swinging blindly. Tier 1 brawling. Not a bad idea, honestly. Like, one thing that I was having some... You know what? You know what I can do? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to move you down here. We're going to put... I'm going to put martial arts right there. So brawling is like your basic attacks, and then you upgrade to martial arts later on. The idea of brawling is a little bit... Brawling is worse than martial arts, but martial arts is more of a pain in the ass to actually... Oh, that's easy. So, I mean, when it comes to combat skills, small arms, long arms, dueling, heavy weapons, demolitions, like, what else would you put here? That's the problem. Like, part of me wants to be like, oh, well, you don't have to worry about small arms or long arms. Now it's, oh, something, actually, I mean... Unless we do something like... Heavy weapon. Unless we do... like a shift-based weapon strike. That's kind of in point defense. That's kind of the idea when it comes to like point defense and like energy weapons in here. Is that these are combat ship-based combat skills. Like that's your kind of thing there. So I'm like, I guess if we want to do I guess that would be a useful skill to have, right? Being able to manipulate your body in zero gravity. How would you do combat skill? Because in base Starfield, you have ballistics, lasers, and then like goes into like pistol and shotgun. It goes very specific. I broke it down to small arms and long arms. Effectively handguns and rifles. Handguns and rifles, just keeping it. Handguns, rifles, and then we have basic duel. Yes, it would be. See, that's where things like heavy weapons come in. Like, yeah, you gotta... Heavy weapons is all about using those actual weapons. Unless we want to do something like spotting, but that would be that's like a really specific skill. That's why, again, I'm having difficult. One of the things I was thinking about doing is like, oh well, like higher tier skills are like specializations, and you can add them together. But I'm like, that feels really weird, right? That doesn't feel right. I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm dying. Like, I'm thinking heavy one like miniguns and like, yeah. I mean, like, what would you even call something like that? What would you call like a super heavy like rail cannon? Effectively, what would you call that? Range finding? Like, that doesn't sound... That would be... Because, like, one of the things is you have things like, oh, it's sniper rifle certification. Like, these aren't really, this isn't really help. Like, oh, wow, a master combat skill is armor penetration. Not a skill. Like, it's just something you are doing. It's like, okay, we need to look at this from a different angle. But what angle? We need to look at it from a different angle, but what angle do we need to look at it from? I think that's the secret, is what angle do we need to look at this at? So we're going to do for right now, we're going to paste it right here. And I misspelled demolitions again because I am a silly Billy and I am the chief mistake maker. The social was also kind of in that same commerce, persuasion, persuasion. We have willpower. Tier 2, intimidation. Something a normal I mean, it would be, I guess it would be like crew weapons. So heavy weapons would be like a minigun, while a crew weapon is like, this is, oh god, even like would emplacement work? That doesn't feel right, but crew weapon, like, yeah, crew weapon. I'm thinking like emplacement doesn't sound right, but I guess we could do this as kind of like you're announcing that you're using a different skill. I guess we could do something like that. I just want to point out a spot, have my ship delete a grid square. Again, I don't even know if that's fucking possible. That's the weird part. I legitimately don't know. Like, it's one of those things where, because I don't know if military ships actually exist in setting, I do not know if there is an actual, like, astral to ground attack systems. That's a weird thing to think about. But yeah, I really don't know if there is actual astral to ground system. Because the fleets of Starfield might quite literally be a bunch of people retrofitting civilian ships with a bunch of guns. That might be literally what, like, oh, yeah, we got our military ready. You mean your bunch of fucking freighters? That's not a fleet. You have a bunch of freighters you stuck guns on. You goddamn lunatics. Like, unless we do something. Add 2 skills together and get a different result. So, if I want to use dueling and lethal strike, the idea is saying, I'm going to use my dueling skill and I want to fucking decapitate someone. I want to go for a free crit and just deal double damage. I am taking my dueling skill and my lethal strike skill and adding them together. Normally, this is a -5, because you have a -5 to any skill you have a 0 in. You get 1 point of lethal strike, you become very deadly, because you can say, I want to get a fucking crit on him. Dueling plus lethal strike. Incapacitation. Whoa. I think I should add in my my usual favorite skill of all time, bullshitting. What is this skill? It is literally about bullshitting. It's just trying to convince someone that you know what you're doing, even when you do not. I mean, Traveler skill. Tell me more about Traveler skill. I need to... Okay, do not show me this. Let's see. Skills. Admin. Okay. Advocates. Codes. Animals. Special. Art. You do navigation. Browse. Something like that. Unless we do something like... It's kind of a weird way of doing this, but with science skills, it's saying, okay, you know, what's your thing? Okay, your thing is you're a biologist. You have points in biology now. This is it. You want to do research and you want to combine that with research and survey to learn more. That's your specialization. You're a geologist. Whatever. Mastery would be saying, you are a master geologist. No matter what you do, you are getting way fucking better at this. Because you are a literal guy who knows what you are a world class, whatever this is. It takes a while to get there. Don't get me wrong, it's fucking hard, but you can get there. Because there's multiple ones, and then, yeah, okay. And I guess you would have to make a call of, like, there are some checks that require mastery. Some that only require specialized. We just start making the checks high. What is a good social skills? Give me social skills. Starfield skills. Give Notepad Starfield skills. Oh no. Instigation, leadership. I guess leadership, and admin. I guess we could do something like kind of higher tier stuff. So I think this should work. Not great, but it's an idea at least. It's there. It's something. Now, while I'm here, Space Camry has a missile rack. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Okay. Now, I get to do the least fun bit. Good? No. Now I get to do the least fun bit. Because I did decide to do a life path system because I am a fucking masochist. And I was told that I should do the, it's a life path system, but more on the idea of the infinity RPG. So we are going to have star points, question mark. We're going to say we have like 3 star points. What's a star point? It's just a star point. So we have star points. We're going to call them 3. Terrible fucking name to call these things, but that's what they're going to be. Anytime we want, we can spend a star point to choose whatever we want, or we have to roll. So we've got our childhood. Where did we grow up? 3, we grew up in the colonies. Tech 4 to 6. Grew up in the Star Collective. Restart Collective plus 1. Combat and physical. 7 to 8. So 8 we grew up in. House we grew up with Baroon. Is 1 social, combat, science, and 9 to 10. We grew up in an independent household, which is plus 1 tech, social, and then do UCS adulthood. Would that be the correct statement? No, it is statement. It would be UCS. UCS. It would be UCS. I guess it would be UCS back. UCS background 1 to 2. New Atlantis. New Atlantis wealthy. Social. Plus 1 science. Fucking spell. Plus 1 science. Plus 1 tech. 4. New Atlantis. New Atlantis. New Atlantis. 4. Plus 2 combat. Plus 1 physical. Plus 1 tech. 5 to fast. 5. Gagarin landing. Plus 2 physical. Plus tech. 6 through 7. I said 6 through 7. Is Cydonia. I love Cydonia. Welcome to Mars. Plus 2 tech. Plus 2 tech. Science. 9. You are station born. You were born on a station. As you were born on a station, you get tech. That plus 2 that, plus 2 that, because you're a fucking station. And then you are a homesteader. As a homesteader, you get plus 2 physical, plus 1 attack, plus 1 combat. Ooh. This leads to your 3-star. 3-star background. 3-star background, which is 1 to 2 Aquila City. Physical. Plus 2 physical. Combat. Attack. 3 to 4. Hopetown. Welcome to Hopetown, Pennsylvania. Social plus tech. And then we go 5 to 6. Congratulations. You are from Neon. Don't you want to be from Neon, everybody? We love being from Neon. Plus 2 social, plus 2 combat. 7, 8 is Steader. Physical, plus 2 physical, plus 1 tech, plus 1 combat. 9, 10, which Spacer, plus 2 tech, 2 science. Because that is a... Will any of the life path options have a negative modifier? I didn't put one in. I'm like... Everyone starts with 1 in everything. So I didn't want people to feel like, oh, I've completely fucked my character and now he is dog shit at everything. I didn't really want to do that. I guess you could add them. Not be different. Wouldn't be too difficult. Cav Avenue. Plus 1 social combat attack. Physical, which is 2, 4 to 5. Serpentis Settler. Combat plus physical. 2, 6 to 9, which is Spacer. Oh, I was ignoring everything. Have no fear. Instead. Noble family. Plus 3 social. Combat. 2 things. What happened to the stream? What are you doing? I don't know what happened to the stream. I think my computer... I think my internet cut out for a microsecond. Why is that? Why? Weather's been kind of hectic around here lately. I wouldn't be surprised if something got a hiccup somewhere. It happens. Independent background. 1 to 2. Crimson Fleet. Going to be plus combat, plus 1 tech. We're working on our Starfield game. For a jam. Corporate. Social. Science. 9, non-aligned. Non-aligned. Colonial, plus 1. Tech. Plus 1 tech, plus 2 physical. Plus 1 combat. And then finally, 10. There we go, it's perfect. Plus 3 tech. Okay, so these are our basic backgrounds. This leads us to our adulthood, our career path. So, our career path, 1 to 2, military. 3 to 4, technical. To 6, 5 to 6, science. 7 to 8, prime. And then 9 to 10. 9 to 10, civil. Not military. Military. Our military career is 1 to 2. Mercenary. 2 combat. Social. 3 to 4. Military. Military ground. Plus 2 combat. Plus physical. 5 to 6. Military. Military. Astro. Plus 2 combat. Plus tech. 7 to 8. Law enforcement. Plus 1 combat. Plus 2 physical. Plus 1 social. 9 to 10. Corporate security. Corporate security. Plus 1 social. Plus 2 combat. Attack. Dot, which leads us to technical work. 1 to 2, Terran, which is plus 2 physical, and plus 2 physical, plus 2 tech. 4, Astro, plus 3 tech, plus 1 science. 5 to 6, Space Crew, plus 2 tech, plus 2 social. To 8. Dockyard. Plus tech, social, plus 1 physical. If any of you have any great ideas, you can tell me, and like I'm kind of open for anything. Corporate. This leads to... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Let me flip my book here. I've got... Again, I wrote all of these down in a fucking fugue state, so... If I feel like I'm just rattling things off, know that I am just rattling things off. Formal plus 3 science. Actually, no, this was 1, 2, 3 to 6. Which is natural science. Because... Nothing to say, because I do not know what you are working on. This is the Starfield role-playing game. Starfield was a Bethesda game that did not do very well because it was a gigantic mistake. Right now, I am working on the life path system for the game. And the life path system is going to be generating your attributes. And your attributes are going to be your cap to your skills. The more you use your skills, the more you can improve your skills. And the more you improve your skills, the better skills you can get later on. Right now, I'm trying to... you're rolling the dice to kind of feel like, who are you going to be? You can spend your space points, again, a terrible, terrible name, to effectively get more things right off the bat. 2d10 system, because I want to keep things pretty rounded. Things pretty easy, and I have to finish this game by the 10th. Doesn't seem too exciting until you realize I have literally not started on anything outside of this and the general notes I have found. I have scattered throughout my notebooks. So, if I'm sounding more sexy by the day, by the hour, understand that this has been happening for me for a while now. Welcome to being vaguely sick. Combat plus 2 technical, 5 to 6. Cyber runner. Because remember, everyone, there are literal cyberpunk does exist in this game. Because it's in this, and I want everyone to remember this. Starfield is NASA punk. Just say it to yourself. Say it. Say NASA punk. Do it. Feel the pain that I feel. It's such a terrible name. It is such a terrible, awful thing. But that is what I refuse to let those leave my lips. You can pull the trigger. I won't say it. Yeah, that's what they yeah, that's what the pitch for Starfield is a NASA punk game. And if that sounds like the worst shit imaginable, yeah, I know. It is truly, it is probably the worst thing ever. And you're like, it can't be that bad, and you're like, no, it can be, in fact. Like, it's such a bizarre term. The more you think about it, the worse it gets. I think that's the funniest part. Like, the more you think about it, you're like, oh, it's not, well, NASA Punk's fine. But then you think about it, you're like, no, this is horrible. Why would anyone say this? This is the worst thing imaginable. You curse me with this knowledge. But that is legitimately what they pitch this game as, and I find that very funny. Because you're like, it can't be like it's not that bad, says man, delusional. I would say it would be NASA Core or NASA Wave. Like I don't even know. Like that is what they refer to it as, is NASA Punk. And the more you think about the term NASA Punk, the worse it gets. It's actually pretty fascinating. Because you're like, it can't be that bad. But then it's like, no. It's painful. But I think like the funniest part, like the absolute like comedy bit, is they do they do legitimately like keep saying that, like, oh man, it's NASA Punk and all that. Like, anything can be like, you add punk at the end of anything, there's something to rebel against. That's the thing. Punk literally means nothing now. It's just an aesthetic core. It's like, oh man, this is really fucking toilet punk or whatever. Yeah, you know what toilet punk is now. You're not revolting against anything. That's not the point. The point is that it's a setting, like, moniker. Like, that's the funny thing. Like, you put punk at the end, and you put punk at the anything at the end of anything, and it's a very good way of just having a very simplified setting and understanding. Hey everyone, my brand new game is going to be a sandpunk sword wave game. What the fuck does that mean? It means fucking nothing. But you know what I'm talking about, and that's the worst part. When I say NASA punk, it sounds horrible, but you know exactly what it is. Whatever happened to that? Solarpunk died because no one knew what the fuck Solarpunk was. And then people explained it and be like, it's like eco super futurism. And I'm like, yeah, that's. So we're rebelling against that? We're rebelling against the fucking environmentalism? Yeah, fuck it, I'm in. Fuck environmentalism, go corporations. Yeah, it's corp punk or whatever. Like that's not a, like, no. Why are you doing this? That's not a, why are you here? Yeah, solar punk was, like, people did like legitimately try to push the solar punk thing. I think that's the word. Like, people were trying to push it, and it just wasn't working. There's a couple solar punk games out there, but none of them really went anywhere. There we go. Call to adventure. All right, here we go. Let me post everything. Yep, it is going to let me post all of this shit. So, with our 3 star points, don't know what the fuck star points do yet, but they're going to do something. Let's make a really basic character, everyone. All right, we're going to get our skills up. We're going to get, let me get my skill, let me get my attributes up, if we will. Physical, social, science, combat, tech. So, where did we grow up, everybody? We grew up in the Freestar Collective. We grew up in the Freestar Collective. Now, everything begins at 1, so put a 1. So, Freestar, so we get 1 tech, 1 combat, and 1 physical. Now we go to our Freestar background. Where were we born? We were born in Hopetown. So I'm going to take my social, do it, and get tech, increase it by. Oh, Jesus. Hopetown. Okay, so what's our career path? We went into civilian work. And our civilian work was middle management. So we got 2 plus 2 social, plus 1 science, plus 1 tech. And what is our call to adventure? 5, responsibility. Apologies. There we go. Here's our guy. I feel alcohol in the. No, actually, I had a single beer. This is just coming off a bunch of things. Something's starting to sound like Apocalypse saying, there's no vibing that else. One of the man is living by is collecting and sharing movies and library in the center of the community. One of the manuals, how to do things, tool rental and class, how to do things to survive. It's yeah, no, it's that is how you make a very basic character. We know this guy is from the Freestar, we know he's from a corporate town, we know he was a middle manager, and for some reason he needs to take responsibility and leave. Now, star points, again, star point, my idea for star points are either going to be do I have like how to set up the number of skills? Did I write down how to do skills in this game? Did I write those down? No, I did actually. I did actually write them down. So we've got I've written down we have 25 skill points. So physical, again, we've got all our so we don't have a lot of skills. We're not very good at most things. But we're doing our best. That's, I think, the ultimate expression of the human experience is we're doing our best. Not well, but we are trying. So we're going to put you here, 1, 3, and that leads. You need to go down here. You're not very strong or very good in a fight, but you can talk to people really well. And ultimately, I think that's all we were. Nope, that's still the wrong one. God, Notepad, you put one thing in the wrong area and it's fucking over. So let's think. With 25 points, let's think, let's put a 2 there. So okay, we got 23 points remaining. 23 points remaining. So let's put Let's put, let's do like 4, 4. That's 8 points. That's actually 10 points there. We're very persuasive. We know how to run a business. We're just not very strongly willed. We're decent at surveying. We know how to shoot people with a gun, but that's just about handgun, and that's it. And we are a pretty good pilot. We're a pretty good pilot, and we know how to take care of our ship. And we know how to take care of a ship. And there we go. There we go. This is our character. You put combat skills in physical? Oh. Technically, physical has one combat skill, which is brawl. What modifier madness are we on to today? Welcome to making Starfield the role-playing game. For a game jam about pointless games. It's great. So, I think what we can do with our star points, again, awful, horrible name. Awful, terrible, awful, god-awful, saddening name. Star points. I think we can either use it for like +3 skill points, +3 skill points, or +1. And I would say we do 10 to tier 2, 10 to tier 2, 15 to... Then we do 25 to tier 3. So we need a total of 10 points in any of these. So technically, with this, we would hit our total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't physically hit that with physical. We gotta level up. We actually have to hit milestones and increase our physical to actually reach, to increase our skill. As you can tell, we are not very good at things. Now, the goal of this situation would be, as a character, as a player, you're going to want to have some skills you're pretty good at, but you're also going to want to kind of spread things around because you're going to be developing skills a lot easier. So in a more idealized, state of being, we might look like something like we might do something like this. Like, we still get our tier 2s in our social. We still get our tier 2. But, like, we can't increase our... We cannot get better, more fit. Sick or having fun. Sick. Unfortunately. It's, to give you an idea, yes. To give you an idea, yesterday I got on a plane, and for 8 hours I felt like, I was like, okay, I'm not feeling great. I get off the plane and feel like death. I fucking fell asleep last night. I clonked out. I was dead. Kind of woke up in a feeling kind of iffy. I've been kind of feeling iffy for all day. Is it me or is he cutting off? I'm probably cutting off because my voice is going out. And my microphone is being a little... Oh, he's not saying words. He's not saying words loud enough. This is what happens when my voice gets a little bit choppy. What I'll probably end up doing is calling it here, with all of this done, literally to preserve my voice. You sound more professional with this voice. Unfortunately, it's just very hard to speak, and I have an interview at 3 a.m., I'll have you know, because I had to sign up for the interview in fucking Paris. So they're like, oh, use local time for Paris, it's 9 o'clock. They made me sign up for this interview using the local time, and I was in Paris at the time. So I had to do it with the Paris one. And it was for like 9 o'clock in France. but it would be 3 a.m. here. So I have to get ready for an interview at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. And I am going to tell them, hello, yes, it is 3 a.m. here. I am doing my best, people. Now, what I should do, I don't know if they want to do a video interview or anything. So, I should move my Rand body pillow and move that away. And, probably strip my bed somewhat. Because I have a giant pizza blanket on it. Because my giant pizza blanket is very warm. Yes, I got a body pillow from Cole, actually. Cole gave me my wife, and my big booba fucking Rand body pillow. I am very lonely, if you all must know. So, yes, it is travel flu. Thank you all. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Tomorrow, we will be continuing this stream, and we will be... I'm going to be working on this all night, kind of thing. Once we, my Ethro GF, yeah, real. What I'm going to be doing is we're going to be working on this tomorrow. And I'm going to be working on this tonight. Once we're working on it, we're going to work on as much as I can, kind of thing. Do I expect this to be fully fleshed out and perfect? No, I'm expecting it to be a game jam I am finishing in 4 days while slightly sick. So, everything is going to be nice and perfect and wonderful. Depending on how far I get tonight, we might work on the other things that need to get worked on. But I do plan to do a stream every day this week. So we will have a stream tomorrow, Friday, Thursday, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, probably into Monday even. Like we're gonna be kind of blitzing shit. So doing my best. That does remind me though, I need to check some things. Hey people, guess what time it is? Yep, you guessed right. It's time for... Time for democracy. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. Like, all right. Let's count some votes, everybody. Woo! It's democracy, everybody. I love democracy. And when notocracy happens is when we start learning the best part about things. All right, everybody. I'm ready. Now, we're going to start with the Lux vote because the Lux vote's far funnier. However, we're going to need to learn which ones we're working with. So, as we see here, the options this time was Endless Adventures, Dark Corners and Old Tomes, Iron Hunter, Soul Survivor, Ludus Maximus, Turbo Radical Monster Squad, Trundlewood Fortress, Borzoi, and Panzer Flugzeug. Technically, this is a new stream, so luckily we can shoot the toaster. So, Not buy a Manly because we are going to be ending things soon. So, looking at our votes, looking at our votes here a little bit. So, Dusto, I told you not to buy it. I don't know how long he's going to be around for. There's European Manly again. So, 2 for Dust. Book, we had a 6 for Book. Iron Hunter had 4. People did not vote for Manly on Card, 5 for Card. Ooh, Bara, 3 for Bara. Pizza, 6 for Turbo Radical Monster Squad. Fuzzy, exactly 1 for Fuzzy. Dog for 2, where Zoe is, and exactly 2 for Toot Toot, otherwise known as Panzerflugzeug. For a little bit of a context here, Endless Adventures is the Endless Space RPG, which might actually get reworked. Something I don't know. Dark Corners is a cult simulator. Iron Hunter is a game that needs to be completely reworked. Soul Survivor is, of course, our Yik RPG. Ludus Maximus is a gladiator. I thought gladiator RPGs are interesting. Turbo Radical Monster Squad, yeah, is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Trundlewood Fortress is effectively a Redwall game, which, for those wondering, I was going to use the system I proposed for the Root RPG. I was going to use the D12 system. Borzoi, of course. Borzoi's been on a couple times. And we also have Panzerflugzeug, which is tank planes. Because, fuck it, we're doing another plane game. Because I can never escape those. And because I like doing them. Alright, everyone. It's the Patreon vote. Oh, wait, actually, I should, let's see. 15 responses for comments and notes. Kill Solid. Don't kill Solid. Just tell him to stop fucking Pokemon. Actually, maybe. Extort Scribble. Morph Thunk. This. Make video on how to roleplay because of Horus. I enjoy your short and sweet TRPG analysis. And Glory Games as well. Resource Company. I want all the dirty underwear. Train Lolly Gotcha Core. Review SMT part, RPG published by Lion Wing. It's in the works. Do not worry. More gay wrestling, more classroom. There we go. Generally, people seem to want more TRPG docuseries. Some people wanted some more video. Kind of a mixed. I kind of got a mixed reception on this one. And then, the more thunking videos. I'm glad people actually like the thunking videos. They're kind of weird to make, so I'm glad people them. More docu-series. There's a couple games that I kind of want to talk about in there. So, let's do some, someone didn't write down things. Connoisseur is, I believe, 4 votes for Turbo Radical Monster Squad. Oh boy. Oh, 10 for Borzoi. Oh boy. I love democracy. One didn't write down their 10 for Trundlewood Fortress. 2 for Iron Hunter. All voted twice. And 2 for Borzoi. So, what I need to do now is I need to go to Patreon and give me one moment. I need to log on to Patreon. I will be like 2 seconds. Because someone... Hello, phone. Gotta log on to the Patreon here real fast. I was gone for too long, so they my computer was like, I gotta log you out of everything to make sure that you're not being harassed by anybody. Gotta make sure. That's a good sign. Yeah. Yeah, not too. But that's half the fun. So let's go here. I want to find where is the thing where I find out everything I want to fucking know, because okay. So let's see. Not appear that Cole voted twice, of course. Let me. For those curious, I'm literally looking at like I'm looking at the list to make sure that I'm like, okay, where is everybody? Oh, he is a big Bara boy. So Ludus gets 10. And let me look through here real fast. Sparkly light. 2. All right. There we go. I think that should be everyone. Everyone has been counted. There. All right. Everyone has been counted. And I think we all know what this means. This means we get to count the vote. Unbelievable. Honestly, yes. Honest to God, yes. Notepad, I didn't even do anything. I love having more votes than everyone else. So, again, as I said, the people can always overwhelm the patrons. That's the funniest part. What are each of these? Well, the current winners do appear. Turbo Radical Monster Squad has been cucked yet again. So as I was saying before, Endless Adventures, the Endless series, specifically Endless Space and Endless Adventures. Endless Adventures 2 is actually Endless Legends, but that one got the least amount of votes. 0 out of 10, never making it out of the hood. How was it, Mr. Europe Tour? I sound like shit because I am slightly sick, and we're going through the vote. Dark Corners and Old Tomes is the cult simulator. Look, it's the Balenciaga model. Yeah, I'm modeling you after the standardized European that I met in Paris. Dark Corners and Old Tomes was pretty interesting. Like, it's a cult game. It's a game about cults, but it morphed from we want to summon Cthulhu to being like, what if the Manson family had access to Cthulhu magic? I've always wanted to expand upon it. It just never. Oh, you don't worry, man. You'll always be here. But yeah, it kind of was like, what if the Manson family got magic powers? Iron Hunter, of course, Manly's favorite game. The Hungario-Czech Russian bastardization will continue. Yeah, I've been wanting to fix that one up. I've got ideas there, and just it's like, yeah, it's a very specific one. Soul Survivor, of course, we all love Soul Survivor. That's the Yick RPG. Ludus Maximus was the actually came off a video called from a YouTuber I watched called The Snaker. Darker, I believe. he was talking about a Gladiator game, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I want to learn more about Gladiator. And I'm like, this is kind of an exact idea I've been having for a while, and that one kind of hit it just right. It is going to be a game about gladiators, effectively. About being a bunch of gladiators, about fighting, about all of those. There's a couple ideas we can do with Ludus Maximus in this direction. I did propose that we would be using more on the... We would be doing an expanded variant of Swordmaster. Possibly it'll be a card game. Possibly we'll go with a different angle on it. I don't quite know yet. That's going to be probably 2 streams of literally me sitting there and saying, how make work? But yeah, it's going to be a Gladiator RPG. Because I think that's going to be interesting. If I really want to, I could... Yeah, it's a very specific idea, Craven. I think that's one of the issues. I think it's one of those things, like, patrons really kind of got to latch onto it, or people kind of got to say, like, we want this. And it has to be kind of some not big picks also on there. But yeah, Ludus Maximus is a gladiator game. It will be about gladiators, about fighting. Turbo Radical Monster Squad is quite literally a kind of a riff on another game that I went over a long time ago. And that game a long time ago was about making effectively, I can't believe it's not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Gladiator, gladiator, gladiator. And that you're making your legally distinct Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It would be aimed at a younger audience, but that's kind of the point. And I think that would be kind of interesting and funnier. That kind of interesting and fun. The thing with it is, it was going to be put up there, but I'm like, it was put up there last time, and people seemed to like it, so I kind of put it up again. Yeah, it was one of those ones, like, it's kind of a holdover. I'm like, I feel like people liked the original idea, so putting it up there isn't a bad one. Trundlewood Fortress, that one was just like an idea I had. It was like, oh, let's do this. It's kind of Redwall. It's a little bit of Redwall, but we're going to be using the root RPG system I came up with. I think it's not going to be a bad idea. It's going to be a little bit different play on Redwall a little bit. I've got a few ideas, honestly, for how I want to do it. It's going to be a little bit of sitting down and thinking about it. I know I have it in my head. I can see it in my mind. But it's how... Do I want to go full on in that idea? Do I want to stick to kind of more of the root aspect? There's a few ways of doing it. It's all about how do we want to do it. Obviously, Borzoi. Welcome to join the corporation. Cybercuck, get ready to join the... Welcome becoming a wagey. Then Panzerflugzeug. Panzerflugzeug is... Yeah, Panzerflugzeug was tank planes. And it was very specifically a game about very big, very heavy, very diesel-punky planes. And people who getting effectively tore the fuck up midair. Because I thought that was interesting. And it's kind of a different twist on the jet stuff. I've done some plane games, and it'd be going on a very different direction of that same premise. Just because Sidewinder, for example. Sidewinder, you die in 2 hits. But that's the point of Sidewinder. Jet combat is extremely fucking dangerous. This one would be, you're expected to take hits. You are flying a gigantic tank plane. And your tank plane will take damage. And it's kind of like how much damage you want to do, how much are you willing to risk. I could go really detailed with it, or really kind of back and forth on it. It's been an idea in the back of my mind. I know how I want to do it. I know how to do it. But these are our current, our victors. Trundlewood coming out kind of as the dark horse there. Honestly, with Ludus Maximus, I actually had it in my notes. Ludus was not doing too hot, actually. Not many people voted for it. So I was like, ooh, Ludus might have gotten I got thwacked. The patrons came in. Patrons came in swinging, of course. God bless the plutocrats. Radar luck, sound push, flare button. You either die or not. Modern planes are kind of boring. Yeah, legitimately, that's how I ended up doing it in Sidewinder. It's a lot more about using what resources you have to mitigate as much as you can. And it's also Top Gun. It's also Top Gun. A little bit more action heavy, if that makes sense. But yes, we're gonna be doing Ludus Maximus. I might integrate the Adventure League idea, like the Adventure Guild RPG thing that I had for a while. I'm kind of going back and forth on that one. For a little bit of context on the Adventure League, the Adventure Guild system was, I've talked about it before, but I had a friend in high school, and I played an RPG with him. His name was Mike. Mike wrote an extremely detailed, effectively hack of AD&D 2E. Effectively, it's a 2E hack. But the main premise behind it was that you are a part of an adventurers guild. And the back half of the game was you, the player, are managing your guild. You have a stable of characters that you are getting to do things, doing jobs, whatever. Because the setting was extremely fucking lethal. And if you've ever heard me talk about the tiny fucking raptors, there is nothing more horrifying to me than the fucking raptors. The fucking raptors were horrifying. Because in this setting, it was effectively Nightmare Australia, is the best way to think about it. And when you were traveling by caravan, because you had to go by caravan anywhere, effectively, he would roll, and on a certain chart, somewhere, you would roll, and on that roll, raptors would attack. And I don't mean like these were tiny little like dog-sized raptors, but there would be like swarms of them. It would be like 50, 60 of them. You do not fight them. You ward them off. If you get dragged into the tall grass, you are effectively dead. Getting ripped apart by raptors was a very common occurrence. And one of the fondest memories I have of that game was someone got dragged into the tall grass. I was close enough, and I was playing I can't believe it's not Varric from Dragon Age. And I leaped in, grabbed the person, crossbow in hand, shot one of the tiny fucking raptors, dragged that person out. They are like 90% dead, mind you. Like, they went from like full health to 0 health in an instant. It was fucking horrifying. It is a true nightmare experience. But that was also the game where goblins were by far the most broken fucking race in the world, and it was hilarious. Goblins were broke as shit. Now, goblins were broke as shit for a very particular reason. Now, goblins covered a lot of things. Gnolls, goblins, hobgoblins, whole 9 yards. They were broke as shit because they were stupid. Goblins could never reach past level 3 in any class. But when they hit level 3 in a class, they would then get a second class. Do you see a problem here? If you could get a goblin up to level 6, you would be a triple classed character and have access to everything for 3 fucking classes. And most things did not go off class level. They went off total level. Yeah, welcome to playing a fucking goblin, baby. That sounds stupid. It was a very unique game. Mike was a very unique guy. I've always wanted to find that game again. It was a very specific thing, and it was very weird and very... It was kind of a one... It is the only kind of game that you will find in a 3-ring binder. And yes, the entire game was in a 3-ring binder. Mike was very creative. Mike was not a great guy. I'm going to say that and speak nothing more of it. There was, like, there was a bunch of weird shit in that game. Like, and mind you, it was just like, oh, you want to figure out what spells do? Like, here, look through my AD&D 2nd edition fucking spell book that was like 1,000,000 years old. I was like, alright, I didn't play any spellcasters. Spellcasters sucked, by the way. If you were a wizard, you were asking to die. Fighters were where it was at, because he had this stupid, unique system of giving everyone a bunch of perks, effectively. Really interesting. One day, I will hunt around to see if I still have the original character sheets for, wouldn't it be Hakram? Oh, Hakram was the 5e character. Yeah, I'll hunt around to see if I can find it. Good times, good memories. Slightly tainted by the information that came out later, but we don't talk about that information, do we? But, yeah. Oh, he knew what he was doing. I think that was the worst. He knew what he was doing. He was just making more and more, like, insane changes to things. And it was such a fascinating... Like, looking back on it now, I see it, and I'm like, holy fuck, this is really... This man was cooking. Was he cooking meth or gasoline? Or was he cooking meth or what? I don't know. Man's cooking. He's cooking something. Might be meth. Might be, might be gold. Don't know yet, but he's definitely doing something. That is kind of my my basic summary of the mic. So, everything is good here. Everything. No, the for TC. All right. I am going to leave now. My voice is giving out. I am going to drink water. Try desperately to fix my life. Yes, I will. See if there's anyone to raid. Oh, anime girl. Hello, everyone. It's me, your boy Notepad. Doing his best. Stay upright and standing. That was a good one. I don't smoke, actually. I've never have smoked. I lived around people who smoked a lot, but that probably did not help. Let's see. I want where... Oh god, that makes sense. It's Critical Role's ending stream, which is apparently going to be 8 fucking hours. Yep, 8 fucking hours for some unholy reason. Let's see. Do we got anyone stream? Do we got anyone? VT, I demand anime grills. Why so negative? We have... I don't know who you are. Who could you possibly be? Oxwoman? Vibing. Good raid. Yeah, no, that is literally if I cough a lot. Yeah, if I cough a lot, my throat gets fucking tore. My throat gets you know, Cumu. Oh god. Oh gee. Oh god. I feel like we're going to prison. I feel like we are going. Are we going to go to prison? Do we? Okay, let's. Like, I feel like we might be going. Yeah, okay, no. Okay. I've lost. Dude, no. Let me, God, let me remember how to fucking raid people. Oh, fuck. I don't remember how to raid people. Is it slash? Yeah, slash. There we go. Alright, everyone. We're gonna be raiding Cumu. Everyone say hello. Hello. Hello from America and post Tiger Balls. You all know how we're doing things here. Godspeed. Good luck. Love you all. I'll see you all on the other side.